Hi there, my name is D.G. Valdron. Back in the 90s, there was a bunch of movies, very formulaic, called slasher movies, and essentially it was slasher shows up, faceless masked maniac, dressed casually, kills a bunch of teens, disappears until the next movie. Well, that sounds so superficial, but there was something really compelling, something really mythic about these monsters that spun off into a bunch of franchises. And so the idea that I had is, well, what if there was a monster team up? So what if somebody got all the slashers together? And then I thought, well, if you're going to get them all together, you really need to amp up the villain. You really need to amp up the challenge or the threat. I mean, because let's face it, one of them is good enough to hack up a bunch of teenagers. You're not going to send them up against a, hapless group of teenagers. You want something big. So the idea that I had was that the slashers would be assembled into a military unit, and then they would be sent into horrible no-win situations where you had, supernatural infestations, invasions from another dimension. You had plagues of vampires or zombies, stuff like that. When everything had gone completely to hell, and they would send this unit in of silent, implacable, uncontrollable killers, and they'd take care of it. There wouldn't be any survivors because, of course, these are slashers, but they would take care of it. And then, because the slashers are so implacable, so relentless, I thought, what if they're the deep evil? What if, they go up against vampires and the vampires are going, whoa, holy cow. That the demons are going, oh, you sent these, what's wrong with you? You sent these guys in. And that made it fun, this notion that the slashers were something like beyond evil. Anyway, so it's got hungry hippos and Colombian drug lords. We have Wendigo and human farming and centipedes from another dimension, and a whole band of the scariest, craziest, most implacable killers that have ever walked the face of the earth, assembled and not really controlled.